Minkah, the way you and Eddie Jackson have shown this knack for intercepting passes and just taking them back, how do you think you guys would fare as receivers?
As receivers, I think we'd be pretty good receivers. I think, Eddie Jackson, he does punt return too, so he kind of proved that he could run around and make plays out there. So, and I had a couple pick sixes last year and this year, so I think we'd be pretty good receivers because they're both good athletes. So.
Minkah, was that the best game of your football life?
I probably wouldn't say that because there's some plays that I actually gave up on third down and kept the defense on the field where I didn't play proper technique or I didn't play the ball the right way and it kept us on the field. But it was a great game, but it probably wasn't my best all around game.
When you look at what you did last year at Texas A&M, you had a couple pick sixes there. This game against Arkansas, they're driving, they have the momentum. You get that pick six, and it just seems like the stadium just goes silent. What does that do to when you're on the road to a crowd when that happens?
It's kind of the same thing last year. It was against Texas A&M. The whole crowd was there, and as soon as I brought that one pick six back, everybody just left, and it's the same thing this game. Everybody just kind of left and went to the exit, and I think it kind of boosts our morale, Alabama's morale. But on the other hand, it kind of hurts the other team, and it kind of closed the game.
Is that like the ultimate compliment? You make a play like that and you just start seeing
everybody
people filing out?
Yeah, yes, sir. I'll take it as a compliment.
When you get the ball 8 yards deep in the end zone, are you thinking, I'm returning this?
As soon as I caught the ball, Eddie had tapped my arm, and I looked at him, and he was pointing. He was like, "Come on, come on!" And I looked, and the whole left side of the field was just wide open. And so I was like, we got to take it out. And so I just followed him. He threw a couple good blocks. I got the quarterback on the ground, and I just followed him to the end zone.
Sean says he was trying to tell you not to do it, and I'm going like, well, you listen to Eddie. He took that a little personal like this.
Yeah, I think there's a couple people telling me this. It was like, go down, and I was like, nah. I see the whole field open. I was like, I got to take it. So it was pretty funny.
Now, you're from New Jersey. Are we talking a suburb of New York City? Tell us a little bit.
It's a suburb, but outside of it's a couple of minutes south of Jersey City.
Were you always eyeballing Alabama, or how did it's kind of unusual that you end up here, and they really haven't gone up in that area too often?
I think Alabama they just do a good job of recruiting. They come to my school for a couple other recruits when I was younger, and they just always paid attention to me, and they asked me to come for a visit, and I went down there and I just fell in love with it.
How different is the South from New York City? From that area?
Yeah, it's definitely different because where I went to school it's in the middle of the city,
right.
So it's like skyscrapers all around and all that. And when you come down here, there's nothing but trees and grass and fields, so it's a little bit different. The people are different, and the food is definitely different too.
Southern girls.
Yeah, that too.
Tennessee's obviously come back a lot in a lot of games this season. Is that something you guys are aware of, and how do you deal with that?
Yeah, we're definitely trying to focus on moving on to the next week, one win at a time. And Tennessee, as you guys seen, the last 3 weeks they came back from pretty big deficits, and we're gonna have to play. This is probably gonna be the game we're gonna have to play that complete game, offense, defense, special teams, because they could come back on and make a play on any one of those teams. So it's on us to really just execute, do our jobs, and make plays.
They also had a Hail Mary against Georgia that was successful. How do you defend a Hail Mary? What does that mean to you?
That's his execution, because our coaches actually showed us that play, because we practice it almost every single day at the end of practice, just because you don't want to lose or something like that. And it's just one person just didn't do the job. He didn't get hands on the receiver and let him run all around free. And so it's just executing the play and making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do, and not trying to make a big play or nothing. Just get the ball on the ground and do what you're supposed to do.
I don't know what you've seen on Tennessee's running back Alvin Kamara. Obviously, you played against him last year some. When you play a running back, though, that has speed and can hurt you as a receiver or carrying the ball, does that change the way that the secondary needs to play that guy?
I think it just makes him more of a threat. But I think it doesn't really change the whole perception of how we're going to play him, because we have athletes that can cover him and make plays against him. But he is a very fast player. He can get to the edge. He can just slice you up in the middle, and he's a very talented running back.
All right, thank you, Vic.
Thanks, Minkah.
Thank you.